Jarrad, could we start with just what the state of the squad's like today, in particular those players who didn't play in the AFL, like Lockie Jones, who we hear has got a bit of an ankle problem?
Yeah, we'll go through the medical assessment today and do a bit of recovery. But yeah, as you mentioned, Lockie, it looks like he's tweaked an ankle, so we'll get him assessed today. And Sam Hayes had a dislocated finger from the weekend, but guys that obviously were returning in Fantasia had a nice little run around. He got through okay as well. But other than that, I think we've come through our game collectively as a squad pretty well.
What did those extra players do at the weekend? There was a bit of doubt as to what they were going to do Saturday.
Combination of a lot of things, but some real sort of game simulation type training. So they got a really good hit out. At the level that we required them to be, and obviously they were part of the whole squad training throughout the week as well.
There was a question as to how the three young players, Rosie, Thursmer and Butters, would go first game back. Have you assessed their form in the game and the way in which they've pulled up after it?
Yeah, from all reports, they pulled up well, first of all. We saw glimpses of why they are such talented players and why they're so important to our side. But we also saw that there were some players that had missed a fair amount of football. But we see a lot of upside. It's just great to have them out there all together. They definitely add to our side, as we all know, and they showed signs that they'll be better for the run going into this week.
Fixture says GWS in Canberra. What do you know at this point will be your week?
Yeah, it's a bit unsure at the moment. No, all I can tell you is that we'll be playing GWS. It could be here, it could be up in the Gold Coast where they're situated now, but we'll wait to find out and let sort of CD take care of that, and we'll plan to play GWS.
Regardless of the venue, do you plan to stay in Melbourne for the week and just fly to the game if it's interstate?
I think that's our understanding at present. Is that we'll be here for most of the week, plan as normal, and just treat it like another week as if we're in Adelaide with our schedule.
You got a bit more out of the midfield with Willem Drew. Can you tell us about his year and what you're seeing from him and what you're liking about him at the moment?
The one thing about Willem is he's been able to be flexible in his role. He's had some defensive roles playing his position. On the weekend, he was freed up. There was the easy option, I suppose, on the weekend was to put Willem to Ladhams early in the first half. We made a call to put our vice captain and a guy that's probably one of the favourites of the Browner to go do a run with, or just play a little bit, I suppose, more reference to Ladhams. And I think Ollie in the end had 22 possessions in the second half. So it allowed Willem to free up and go play. And as he did, he definitely stepped up. And I suppose in Ollie's quieter moments and Trav's quieter moments, he was able to step up and be our number one clearance player.
Another question we've been asking all year is when you can play two rucks. But has Peter Ladhams now moved beyond second ruck to be an extra forward for you? Can you persist with that model?
Yeah, I think there's all options available to us. I think he showed that he's got some real sort of talent and forward craft when he gets it right up forward. There's probably 5 or 6 opportunities he probably could have caught the ball a little bit better on the weekend. So there's a lot of upside, and what we're seeing is a guy that's played 20-odd AFL games of football, progressing every time he steps foot on the park wearing the Port Adelaide colours. And it's exciting for us to know that he's not just a backup ruck, that he actually is developing his forward craft.
We'll pass the baton from here.
Scar, you mentioned...
Oh, no, you go, Hazy. You go.
Right, he's right. Oh, thanks, Rick. You mentioned Fantasia before, mate. Is he any chance this weekend, or how long do you sort of predict?
Yeah, I don't want to put a time frame on it, but look, the positive is he's gone in the space of, say, probably 12 days of not running to actually training and covering the ground well. It's about how he pulls up from session to session. So we're excited about the prospects of him possibly, if it's this week, if not the following week. But for us, it's about making sure that we get the right amount of work into him to make sure he's game ready.
And Robbie's still on track for a return for the finals?
Yeah, Rob's tracking really well. He's up and running, even though at a lower level, but he's up and moving. He's out of the brace, so he's progressing really well, as expected with his injury.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Rennie.
Jarrad, just on, I think you touched on it with Rooch, but more likely to stay in Melbourne for the week, even if you can come back to Adelaide after Tuesday night. It looks like we're going to come out of lockdown, so you won't look to come back to Adelaide at all before next week?
Look, it's probably not a position I'm in to give you a definite answer as to. Obviously, we'd love to get home as a footy club. We understand we've got a game against GWS, and I think once it becomes, I suppose, the government's decisions, we'll follow suit. But obviously, our number one option would be to get home. But at this stage, we're preparing as if we'll be here for this game or this week, and then hopefully, back to Adelaide after that. But we're prepared for whatever comes our way. The positive is we're around each other. We're learning more about each other as a playing and coaching group and as a club. Yes, we miss our families, but it's out of our control a bit at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on Bossy, there's been a bit of talk about him and potentially being in line for the Collingwood role. Is that something as fellow assistants and colleagues you're supportive of, and you say, look, mate, good luck to you if you can get it?
Yeah, you want to be supportive of all what colleagues if opportunities present themselves to go further. And obviously Michael's name has been mentioned with the Collingwood job, as it was last year with the Carlton job. But the professional that he is, he won't let that distract from his what his purpose is here at the footy club. And as a football coaching environment, we'll be supportive of all our coaches, and obviously Michael in this case.